probably was, again, naturally, as is usually the case, especially with this structure where McDermott and Beane are kind of reporting to the owner. So this was kind of interesting to me and really kind of put me in my place too. Cause again, I had been hearing about this kind of divide and, erosion of a relationship over the last year.
And specifically throughout the season this year with Sean. And I ask you that because the perception from the fan base out there is that this was some kind of power play made by you to still be here in Sean now.
Yeah. As Terry said, there's disagreements all throughout, way before this year. It's not like we were 100% always in agreement on every decision that he made or I made. That just comes with the territory, and I wouldn't expect that with the next head coach. There's certain things that fall in his area, whether it's managing a game, how we scheme a game, whatever it is that are his. And then there's certain decisions that personnel related, somebody's got to make the final call. What was the saying about?
Can I help him a little?
Oh no.
Can I help you about the power play part of that?
Can I help him?
Can I help?
He doesn't need help, Terry. I'm sorry. Props to you for standing up for your guy, but man, just let him talk.
I'm the kind of guy, if I sense you're on a power play, you're out.
Is that a hockey reference?
You know what's funny is I was like, the Sabres have struggled at times so much with their power play unit, and I was like, this is such a meme. Like, anytime the Sabres don't do good on the power play now, I'd be like, if someone's pulling this
You're out.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I don't like power play people. We have an organization we work together, but any sense at all that he was on a power play, he would have been gone.
And
because that's not my kind of person.
And Joe.
And I actually agree. I believe that. Beane doesn't seem like that type of guy. And, when it comes to who has the owner's ear, more times than not, regardless of the structure, it is the GM.
Oh, yeah.
It is a GM that is talking to the owner several times a day at times because of little things. It could be day-to-day stuff, salary, transactions, any little thing that happens at the facility. Beane is the one that really reports it to the owner, and McDermott is dealing with the team stuff. And so
probably watching the games with him too. And
that's what Tim Graham, Tim Graham said that Beane actually watches the games with Pegula. And so I'm sure Beane and whoever's watching the game with him they're making comments just out loud, not even directed at him, and he's picking up on all this stuff. So
you see a guy who dropped that pass, Terry. I didn't want that guy. Sean wanted that guy.
Yeah, no, right. So I hated the way it was painted because I don't see Beane as that guy, and I feel like we kind of got that drift as this segment went on.
Like, that's hurtful to even hear that or say that. Like, I worked 19 seasons starting as an intern in Carolina and worked my way up. I came here and I've never tried to do that. I would love for anyone who's making that accusation to walk in these doors and ask any person, player, coach, trainer, anyone. Like, people can disagree with draft picks that I make or people I sign or I screwed up the wide receivers, whatever it is. Like, those are harmful things that, I walk in the door and my wife's got tears coming down her face for stuff like that. And I'm going to damn try hard to win a Super Bowl here. I am. But for somebody to question my character like that, it is BS. And I've never done that. If you'll remember, in 2023, there was an article written on Sean accusing things. Who stood up in front of every one of you guys and defended him and his family, everything he's done here?
I mean, and that's what was interesting to see. We're talking social media. So again, this is kind of a rabbit hole, but when that Tyler Dunn article, very well done by him, many sources, came out, and that's what Beane is referencing here. It's funny to see all these dots being connected now. Like, oh, I bet you Beane was one of those sources. Stop it, guys. That's how bad it got this week, and I almost had to start avoiding social media because Beane did not give him information like that, and to make himself look better and make McDermott look so bad. I don't think that was the case, and so
And he
I think
seemed
this is genuine.
I was to say he seemed genuinely upset. Like it kind of looked like he got choked up or
Choked
like
up.
almost got teary eyed a little bit. Again, he could be an amazing actor. This could all be. He could have been planting those seeds maybe in 2023 for the long con. But yeah, I took this as genuine. And this kind of all put more into me that I don't know. Beane came into the office on Sunday or Monday, and Terry was like, "Hey, Brandon, I'm gonna fire Sean," and like walked back out of the office. And Brandon was like, "I'm sorry,
We're
what?"
going to talk about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that. That's a good one. Patton, appreciate you. Also an insider. The Beane perception exists because the organization failed both McDermott and Beane. Completely botched process. I don't think Beane is a bad guy. Totally. And the thing is, like, yes, they botched the the meeting with McDermott, the firing, the PR stuff when it came
Yes, I
to
would say stuff that was being leaked after about both guys,
yes,
both camps. Yeah,
yes.
it was just all yeah.
I also want to put in perspective. Beane spoke today on Wednesday, and last year, and typically the end of year pressers, from what I was told, typically happen on Thursdays when the game's on Sunday. Well, the game was on Saturday. That's why he spoke today on Wednesday.
Hmm.
And so there was a large gap between the game ending, Pagula making that decision to fire McDermott Monday morning, and the 10 o'clock press conference this morning. So yeah, a lot of things were swaying in the McDermott direction, whether they're true or false. A lot of things were really anti-Beane. And I thought overall that Beane did a good job, but I agree, Patton, that the perception exists because the PR department of the Bills, including social media that is controlled by that, really failed McDermott. They really failed Beane. And so, yeah, I think honestly, if anything needs to be evaluated, just saying, probably should be that. So, all right, let's go forward with this, finish this segment on Beane kind of defending his character here.